so dang excited for today's video. I've been working on this one for a few weeks now. And guess what? I have a surprise for you. It's not just me in today's video. I have gathered a few of my favorite Aussie homeschooling YouTubing mamas to join me, and together we've prepared this video for you. So let's get into it. I can't wait to share this one with you today. I'm super excited about it. And if you all love it, please let me know in the comments below. Like, genuinely let me know what you think. Do you want to see more of these type of videos? I'll remind you again at the end so that you don't forget. So please watch all the way through so that you don't miss any of the yummy goodness of all these beautiful ladies today. Now that we've calmed down a little bit, I've teamed up with 5 other Australian homeschooling mums who all have their own YouTube channels. Collectively, we have 35 years of homeschooling experience between us, and we've all come together today to share with you our reasons why we love homeschooling. Whilst this overall video may be a little longer, each section is short and sweet, so I urge you to grab yourself a cuppa and stay around and hear what's on the heart of each of these beautiful homeschooling mamas. I will also be sure to put all the links to all of their channels down in the description box, so make sure that you do check that out and hop on over and have a look at their channels as well if you haven't already done so. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, why not? Quickly hit that subscribe button now so that you don't forget. I don't want you to miss any more of these great collaborative videos that I hope to bring you more of in the future. If you're new here, I'm Kylie, homeschooling mum to 3, book lover and adventure seeker. And we've been home educating since 2007, so I hope that you stick around a while. Anyway, let's get into it, shall we? In today's video, each one of these mamas is sharing a little piece of their heart with us today. They are sharing what they love the most about homeschooling. And first up, we're going to hear from the lovely Dani over at One Single Joy. And Dani has been homeschooling her daughter for 4 years now.
Hi everyone, my name is Dani. I'm so pleased to be here on Kylie's video, and I'm so pleased to be here to share with you 2 reasons that I love homeschooling. Okay, these are 2 reasons not only that I love homeschooling, but 2 reasons that I continue to homeschool. There were 2 reasons that I wanted to homeschool in the beginning. So number 1 is flexibility. Oh my goodness, I love the flexibility, and the flexibility is on all different types of levels. So we can take holidays and breaks whenever we want. We don't have to take them within the school holidays where the flights are more expensive and everything's packed out and booked out. We can take them whenever we want, whether it's low season, shoulder season, high season, whenever is best for us, we can go away. Another part of flexibility that I love is I can follow the schedule that works best for us. If we want to do school in the afternoon and go out in the morning, I can do that. If we want to do school first thing in the morning and spend the rest of the day doing whatever the heck we want, we can do that. I absolutely love it. I love the fact that if my daughter is sick or I'm unwell or there's been some sort of emergency or some sort of thing arise, some issue arise, and we are no longer able to do school one particular day or a particular week or whatever, we can pick it up the next day or the next week, and there's been nothing missed out. My daughter hasn't missed out on anything. We're just simply picking right back up where we left off. If she was in school and she was sick for a few days, she would miss out on a few days' work. It sets kids back. It stresses them out having to catch up. I love the homeschool life for the flexibility. I love it beyond words, really. Another aspect to the flexibility that I absolutely love is I am able to teach the syllabus, the required syllabus where I live in New South Wales, Australia, to my daughter any way that I like. I can choose her curriculum. I can choose our style and philosophy of learning. We can learn it however we like, however works best. And that's exactly what I do. And if you follow me on my channel, you will see that I'm very open and I share with you what curriculum we use, what curriculum we don't use, what style of learning works best for us. And I really, really love the freedom and flexibility to be able to do that and also change it up. As my daughter has grown over the past 3 or 4 years, I have changed and adapted the way that we learn in the curriculum that we use, etc., to suit her learning style. You're not going to get that in school. That's a huge reason why I love homeschooling, because not only are we happier because our life is much more flexible and easygoing and free, but she's also learning, academically learning at the best that she can. She's thriving. Flexibility is way up there on my list of reasons of why I love to homeschool and why I will continue to homeschool. But another one that is also way up there is relationship. The relationship with our children, the relationship with my daughter. I could preach on this subject for a very long time. If you follow me on my channel, I have shared a number of times that before I started homeschooling, we were very busy. I mean, we're busy now, everybody's busy, but I was working full-time. My daughter was in school full-time. And for a while there, I was working over an hour away from the home. So my little tiny 4.5-year-old was in after school care, before school care. She was going off to different people's houses to be looked after before and after because I was at work. It was just a mess, and it was and that was full time, 5 days a week. And that really took a toll on our relationship. We were tired all the time, busy all the time, we were bickered all the time, and that just wasn't right. And I prayed and prayed and prayed, and I asked God to help me to repair a relationship with her and for us to just get along and love each other and not have to worry about all the other things that life was throwing at us. And so the Lord led us to homeschooling, and I'm so grateful because although I have a preteen and we are two very strong personalities, so this, you're always going to have conflicts with teenagers, right? But generally we have a great relationship. We have a lot of fun together. My daughter is open and honest with me. I'm open and honest with her. And our relationship is very different to what it was when we were in the midst of, working full time and school full time and like all these extra things that come along with school as well. It's just that whole busy rat race life. Coming out of that, settling into homeschool, she's growing, I'm growing, and we've just had a wonderful time. And the time that we've had together, it's going to reap rewards and benefits and blessings that I will never, ever, ever regret. The things that I have, or we have sacrificed in order to homeschool, so worth it times a billion, in order to have that time, precious time with my daughter, with our children who grow in the blink of an eye so quickly. I will never regret taking the step to homeschool, the leap of faith to homeschool, and to really have that time and relationship with her. It's something, like I said, it'll last eternity, and I'm so, so grateful for that. Okay, there are my 2 reasons why I love homeschooling, why I decided to homeschool, and why I will continue to homeschool. My top 2 reasons. I have a ton of other reasons, but they're my top 2. Like I said, I'm so grateful that I was able to share these with you today. Thank you so much, Kylie, for having me on your video and on your channel. And I really look forward to seeing all the other collaborators on this video, their reasons why they love to homeschool. Thank you so much. Take care. God bless. Ciao.
Oh my gosh, yes, the flexibility of homeschooling. It's funny, you don't actually realize how beholden you are to the school timetable until you remove yourself from it. And you realize that you have nothing stopping you, nothing controlling you, nothing holding you back in terms of time. And so the flexibility part is such a blessing. And then of course, yes, as Dani mentioned, the relationship. I have 3 teenagers, well, almost teenagers. My youngest is nearly a teen. And hand on heart, this is one of my utmost loved reasons of homeschooling, is the relationship that I have with my children. We're together most of our day. My kids aren't sent off somewhere else for 6, 7, 8 hours out of a day. So of course our relationship has to be close. It has to be solid. And I adore that. Absolutely adore that about homeschooling. Okay, and now I'm going to hand you over to the beautiful Marieka. Marieka has been homeschooling her 4 children for 3 years.
Hello, my name is Marieka Lake. I live on the west coast of Australia with my hubby Greg and our 4 beautiful children. I have William, who is in grade 7. I have Em, who's in grade 3. Cruz is in grade 1 and Jackson is in kindergarten. And we are into our 3rd year of homeschooling. Now, there are many different reasons why we love homeschooling here in the Lake House Homeschool, and I will just share 2 of those reasons with you today. Number 1 is that I love how I get to teach my children at the level that they are at. And so if I've got a child who may be a little bit behind in some area or a little bit of front in an area to what their normal kind of level would be at school, I can teach them at whatever level they are. So if they need extra help with something, I can bring them back in that level and work at that, or if they're a little ahead, I can move them forward. And I can do that for the different subjects. For language and literacy, they might be a little bit behind, and so I can slide them back a little bit and teach them at the level that they're at. And then say for maths, they might be actually ahead, and so I can teach them at multiple different levels. And also the one-on-one teaching that you can do with your children is great, especially if they are a little bit behind where they might normally fit. And so I love that I'm able to work one-on-one with my children in their weak areas and in their strength areas as well, and help them move them forward. Another reason that I love homeschooling is that we as a family do a lot of community work, lots of charity work. We're a Christian family and we actually pastor a church and have 2 different charities that we operate in our city as well. And we love to work as a family, and my children get to be involved in the charity work that we do. Now, if they were at school, that just wouldn't happen. They'd be at school Monday to Friday and they would miss out on seeing and being involved in what we're doing during the week. And then we also do a lot of work on weekends as well. And so it would just be, our lives would be super busy. We wouldn't get great quality time with our children because they'd be at school all week. And then on the weekends, we are fairly busy with things that we do. And so homeschooling for us is great because we can spend time as a family having quality time together, and also time together ministering in our community. My children are involved in the charities that we do. They help us cook food for the homeless and distribute that. They help us with all different sorts of things. And so that's another reason why we love homeschooling, is that as a family, we get to do this together. And that's the mandate that is on our family. It's not just my husband and I, but for our children as well. And our children do have such a passion in this area as well. They have such justice in their hearts, and they love serving people and making sure that everybody has everything that they need. And so I love it that my children get to be involved in the charity work that we do, and this is what we do as a family.
Oh gosh, I'm so hearing Marieka on being able to teach our children at their level. My 3 kids are also very different in their strong and weak points, as we all are, and I truly appreciate not having to slot them into these neat little grades for every single subject. They truly can work at their own level for each topic or each subject, depending how you choose to homeschool. And absolutely yes, on that point Marieka made about having more family time and more time for your family to participate in endeavours that you choose to do. And for me personally, I love that we can take off at any time of the year whenever we feel like it for a family vacation. We have less crowds and they're cheaper holidays as well. And next up we have Joanne from Aussie Homeschool Adventures. And Joanne has been homeschooling her 2 lovely girls for 5 years now.
Hey everyone, my name's Jo. I'm from Aussie Homeschool Adventures. I'm a homeschool mum of 2 beautiful girls in sunny Queensland. So my 2 reasons for homeschooling are really quite simple. Number 1 is the ability to spend time with my children, to watch them learn, to watch them grow, to watch them change. I love seeing them have those aha moments when the penny drops, when they suddenly get something, from maths problems to reading. I loved watching my oldest daughter, she's now 9, turning 10. I loved watching her get it and suddenly realize that she could read. And she now reads for pleasure, and I love seeing her do that. And I'm loving watching my 7-year-old start to get it and have those moments as well with reading too. The other reason we choose to homeschool, or one of the other reasons we choose to homeschool, is lots, but the 2 I've chosen to talk about today is the freedom in what we learn, when, and things like that. So at the moment we've chosen we want to learn about marine biology. We're loving learning about the ocean, how that works, what it means, especially living in Australia, being an island nation. We love learning about chemistry. That's one more thing we're starting this year. Zoology. The girls love animals, so we're learning about animals. We're learning about world geography and other countries and cultures, and they're enjoying learning about all of those things. We've just come back from a 2-week holiday. That freedom to choose to go on a holiday, not during school holiday times, not peak periods. So it saves us money, so we don't have to spend the premium prices to go when everyone's going. It's nice and quiet. We really enjoy holidaying when there's not many other people around on holidays too. So we love that freedom to choose when we want a holiday. We actually do a sort of a school year round style life. We school 4 weeks on, take 1 week off, rather than doing a term of 10 weeks and then 2 weeks off and then another 10 weeks and 2 weeks off. For documenting and recording, I sort of work in term blocks, but we sort of do 4 on, 1 off, and that works really well for our family. It's pretty much my 2 reasons. Like I said, I love watching my children grow and learn, and I really do love being able to be free to choose what we want to learn and when we want to learn it, and to holiday when we want. If someone's sick, we can take time off. If something's happened in our family, we can adjust our schedule to make it work for us. So freedom and time with my children are the 2 reasons that I've chosen today to talk about with you as to why we love our homeschooling.
Gosh, yes, Joanne, not missing a single thing from our children's childhood. I say this, I think, in nearly every video that I do, but I'm so grateful, so thankful that I got to witness that, because I know that not many mothers get that opportunity, and it's so beautiful to have, and it's something I'll always have in my heart forever. So yes, 100% yes. Now I'm going to hand you over to the lovely Joelle, and Joelle vlogs over at her channel Strong Mind Soft Heart.
Hi everyone, my name is Joelle. Thank you so much, Kylie, for organising this YouTube collaboration. I'm very delighted to be a part of it. I am an Aussie homeschool mum. I also have a YouTube channel called Strong Mind Soft Heart. And yeah, I'm just really happy to be part of this group that Kylie's put together and to talk about our top 2 reasons of why we love homeschooling. I have 5 children ranging in ages from 10 all the way down to 8 months old. And honestly, I could talk about homeschooling all day, but I'm going to narrow it down to my 2 top reasons of why I love it. The first being I love the holistic education that our children get, because we have decided to homeschool our kids from a very young age. You know, our kids are life learning from birth, basically. So for me, I really believe in a natural approach to learning. So there's really no difference in kids learning how to crawl and eat and walk and, you know, go to the toilet and everything else from when they're ready to learn how to read and write and count and all of that. It happens naturally. Children are born to learn. They just absorb everything. So I love that my kids get to learn naturally in a very holistic way. There's no pressure to their learning. They enjoy their learning experience. I love that I am teaching them how to learn so that they will be able to teach themselves anything in the future. I love the holistic approach in that, you know, some things, some homeschool days might consist of cooking and doing baking or cleaning and doing yard work, and then other days would be a science experiment and reading and writing. They just get to do it all. They get to learn important life skills, you know, how to take care of a car, how to take care of a house, how to budget, how to do all of that. It's all included. So I just love that holistic learning experience that is fostered so well through the homeschooling lifestyle. My second reason would be that I just absolutely love the relationships that my children are forming in our home. Of course they fight. I mean, which siblings don't fight? If yours don't, well done, I'm in awe. But my kids certainly fight, but they also love each other so much. They are each other's best friends, and they are together day in, day out. They are not separated 5 days a week for 6 or 7 hours. They are together, and they are learning together and experiencing life and experiencing childhood all together. And I just love that so much. And my hope and my prayer is that when they grow into adulthood, that those relationships will stay really strong, because, you know, those sibling relationships are so important as you go on with life and get married and have children, and to have aunties and uncles and cousins is such a blessing. So I'm so happy and blessed that my kids get that opportunity to be together through our homeschooling lifestyle. Thank you so much again, Kylie. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Oh my goodness, holistic education. I actually think this is at the core of homeschooling, because you can't have your kids at home with you and not provide them with a holistic education, because you're simply not focusing 100% just on the academics. As their parent, of course, you are focusing on the whole child. And so providing your kids with a holistic education is probably more of a byproduct, but it is an amazing byproduct of homeschooling. 100% yes. And sibling relationships, oh my. And as you said, Joelle, my kids definitely squabble and fight, but my husband and I comment a lot about how connected they are. And we sit back and watch them have these deep, close, meaningful conversations and connections between each other. And that has been the beauty of having them all here at home together. And now I'm going to pass you over to the very beautiful Desrae from A Twinkle in Our Eyes. Love the name of her channel, and she has a great Instagram feed. If you haven't checked her out, jump on over and do that.
Hey guys, my name is Desrae and I'm a homeschooling mum of 2 older boys who are 9 and 8, and then we've got a 2-year-old, and I'm pregnant and have about 5 weeks left before we have our 4th baby. I absolutely love homeschooling in Australia, and my 2 reasons are that, number one, we are able to teach our faith to our children. We're a Christian family, and it's just wonderful that we can be able to make that a big part of our homeschool. And this is one of the reasons I feel so blessed to be able to homeschool, is because we can do that freely without any limitations. And the other reason that we absolutely adore homeschooling is that we get to teach our children in a way that they learn best. So sometimes you know, I remember my experience at school was that it was very textbook, and I did a lot of, I just memorized stuff so that I could pass the tests. But now looking back at school years, I don't remember much of what I actually learned. The classes that I remember the most were biology, because I absolutely loved biology, and our teacher had snakes in the class and he used to feed them rats. And those hands-on visual experiences were so important for me, and that really made a big impact in my mind from school. So the fact that we homeschool really allows us to gear our learning experience towards how our kids learn. Are they visual learners? Are they more tactile? Do they learn more by doing, or do they learn more by reading in a book? So for us, that's super important and makes it so exciting for our children to be able to learn in a way that they love to learn. All in all, this is our 5th year of homeschooling, and it has been quite a tough journey to find our feet. This is the first year that we really feel like we've found our feet in what we're doing, and we are using the Sunlight curriculum now, which is very, very much based on a lot of reading aloud, a lot of visual experiences and hands-on experiences that the kids can learn by, and also it is immersed in our faith. So I'm so grateful that we're finally finding our way and feeling much more comfortable with what we're doing, and that is a huge blessing. I hope that this video blesses you, and that you can also be encouraged that homeschooling is just a wonderful path and a beautiful journey. And no, it's not always easy, but I really do feel so privileged and grateful that we get to do it, and it feels like an absolute gift. So I hope you're blessed by this and everyone else sharing today, and if you have any questions, please feel free to get in touch. Have a great day. Bye.
Oh, for sure. Having that option to bring in and focus on our own worldviews within our home is actually a bigger blessing than what many of us truly realise. In society today, we are bombarded with messages and told what to think, how to think, what to believe, and who to believe. And often we are ridiculed for having our own thoughts and feelings on things, when they are so important. It's so important to have that within our family. And so therefore being able to provide that for our children is such a great part of homeschooling. And oh my gosh, teaching kids how they learn best, one of the best parts of homeschooling. And the funny thing is, whether you've got teaching experience behind you or not, you actually quickly realize how differently all children learn, and it becomes really apparent why children struggle in a classroom of 24, 26, 30 odd children, because so many kids do not learn in that typical inside the box parameter. Definitely such a plus to homeschooling. All of these reasons are so high on my list as well as to why I love homeschooling, and I would just like to add in one more of my own, and that is the fact that my children have had and are having a genuine, beautiful childhood. A childhood that is blessed with freedom. A childhood that is stress-free. A childhood that is filled with running around and being with their friends. A childhood that is free of bullying. A childhood where my kids have had the opportunity to truly know themselves without that added pressure and added input from all of their peers. And this, above all else, is absolutely my number one reason for why I love homeschooling, and why I'm going to say it again, why I will be forever, ever thankful that something inside me told me all those years ago in the beginning of 2007 to have a look into something different than what most families do with their children and their children's education. As I move closer and closer to the end of this journey, that is what I am most thankful for, that my children have a childhood, and my children will have had a magical childhood. They've had no stress on exams, no need for mental health days during high school because the pressure is too much, no need to hide themselves away from the meanness that can happen in the schoolyard. When you look at all those reasons, why would you not? Why would we not give this life to our children? Why would we not give this life to our children? That is the question after 14 years, nearly going on to 15 years, that I ask myself time and time again. How could we as parents not want to give that childhood to our children? Anyway, I rambled on a little bit there, as you all know that I can. So I just want to say a massive, massive thank you to all of the beautiful homeschooling mums who took time out of their busy schedule to put those little videos together for us. I'm super appreciative of all of them doing that. Please don't forget, if you want to see more collaborative style videos like this, please let us know down below in the comments. Please, please, please share what you thought about today's video, because it will help us all know as to whether this is something that we should continue doing together in the future. And don't forget to check the description box where I have linked all of their channels, so you can hop on over and check out everything they share on their own homeschooling adventures. And whilst you're there, remember, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Thanks for joining us. Bye for now.